Hello. We are a group of students from Rossmoyne Senior High School, and we are going to investigate one of the most problematic issues which a student faces: choosing a future career path. Choosing a career path has always been on the minds of all students, and it is very stressful. There are so many options, and if you make a poor choice, you either have to take another course from the beginning, or you're going to be stuck with the job you hate for the rest of your long and miserable life. Sometimes it is better to talk to someone older, someone wiser, before making up your mind on such an important decision. Maybe your siblings, maybe your parents. But sometimes it is better to follow your heart. I mean, no one knows you better than yourselves, right? So, who should you listen to when you choose a career path? We have set out to find the truth. We have conducted a multivariate statistics experiment because we also wanted to investigate the factors which would influence the way people choose their career path, like gender. These factors may be the difference between following your instinct being the better idea and listening to your parents' advice being the better one. Our hypothesis is that the possibility of getting a job would be higher when you trust your instinct comparing to following your parents' advice. Also, we think that the gender of the parents and the students wouldn't have a huge impact on the result. For the student survey, we got a list of occupation types and asked the students to weigh the probability of them working in those occupations after they have graduated. The parents' ones were basically the same, but that they were asked to weigh the occupations which they think their children would end up in. We converted the datasets collected from the parents and the students in years 8 and 9 into percentages and later averaged them. The data were then compared to the job openings arising from employment growth of November 2017 to November 2018 and November 2018 to November 2019, respectively. We used the job market prediction of those time periods because that would be when the years 8 and 9 would graduate. And once that has happened, apprenticeship for blue-collar jobs, as well as part-time and internship for white-collar jobs, would already be available. The way we compared the datasets was to find the average of the shortage of jobs for each occupation, then comparing it to the expectations of the population groups. An example of a population group would be female students. The less shortages, the better the advices or instincts would be. After careful analysis, we made this conclusion. What we found was quite interesting. Both hypotheses were wrong. There was next to no difference between following students' gut instinct and the parents' advice in general. The average difference between the future job distribution and the probability which students see themselves working in the occupation was 5.45%. Yet, the data which compares with the result of the parent survey had an average difference of 5.46%. Also, we found that listening to mothers' advices are better than listening to fathers'. Fathers are too ambitious. They really believe that their children are capable of getting white-collar jobs when there aren't enough white-collar jobs in the future. In contrary, boys are better off listening to their instincts, whereas girls are better off listening to their parents. Comparing to the parents and the girls, boys have the least but still some desire to get white-collar jobs. Thus, there are less shortages of white-collar jobs for boys, and the average job shortages for boys decreases. The result for our experiment is very reliable as it is obtained by averaging the survey data of multiple participants. However, its validity could have been improved. We use data which shows the job openings arising only from employment growth, when job openings could have also been created from replacements. Nevertheless, unlike the employment growth, the future replacement rate is a reflection of the past and present job market, as well as the job market size for each occupation. Given the correlation between job openings and employment growth, we believe the impact of the systematic error wouldn't have been very great. Thus, the result would have been very similar. To summarize the findings of our experiment, there was next to no difference between following students' gut instinct and the parents' advice in general. It is believed that boys tend to have a better gut feeling compared to girls, so girls are better off listening to their parents' advice. We also found out that when listening to your parents, your mother tends to have a better idea of the right career path compared to your father. Your father may choose something too ambitious, while mothers, in our survey, proved to be more realistic in giving career advice.